Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I intend to prove that my client was indeed operating his classroom under the guidelines of a blended learning environment.
Call your first witness.
Mr. Doyle. Please state your full name and occupation for the record.
My name is Steve Boyle and I teach middle school math.
Mr. Boyle, you are aware that the blended classroom offers a departure from the traditional factory-based 1-on-30 model and differentiates instructions for all students?
Yes. Students are given the flexibility to complete coursework at their own pace. The technology in our world is rapidly evolving and our students need to get comfortable using it to compete in the future.
Can you describe a typical day in your class for the court?
I utilize a document camera to project warm-up problems on the board. I use a PowerPoint presentation to go over the contents of the unit. Students practice solving problems on the smart board. The last 10 minutes I give the students the option of going on sites like Cool Math and Khan Academy for additional support.
Your witness.
Mr. Boyle, your technology integration is indeed impressive. You testified that you allow class time for your students to go on various math sites for additional support.
Yes.
Would you say your students are learning instructional content from these sites, or the sites are simply tools for your students to translate what they have already learned?
Tools, I guess.
Please read the following definition provided by the Clayton Christensen Institute.
A blended learning environment should at least in part be in a supervised brick-and-mortar location away from home.
Go on.
At least in part through online learning, with some element of student control over time, place, and pace.
Would you say that your classroom offers student control over time, place, and pace?
No.
Continue reading.
And the modalities along each student's learning path within the course or subject are connected to provide an integrated learning experience.
Would you agree that a blended learning classroom does not just include technology-rich instruction?
I guess so.
The evidence proves that your classroom is not a blended learning environment. I have no further questions.